With training camp about a month away, we're going to start breaking down the camp battle positions, or position camp battles. It says it here. What is up, Finn fans? Got a ton to talk about today. We're not only going to be talking about camp battle, position camp battles, but we're also going to be talking about something Michael Vick said. So that's going to be kind of the talking point of today. Before we jump into that, I do have to shout out today's sponsor. Father's Day is Sunday. Manscaped.com. Be sure to go over, check them out. They got a promo for Father's Day. I've been talking about it for a few weeks now. You get the Lawnmower 4.0, waterproof, cordless, got a light on it, skin-safe technology. Again, keep reiterating it. My father, he looks like Sasquatch or Chewbacca, whichever one you want to say. I'm getting him the Lawnmower 4.0 because that man needs to shave his back, and he also has a very nice mustache. He can keep that sucker maintained. Get your father, or if you are a father and a hairy one, get yourself one. And also in this bundle, they get, speaking of bundles, you get the Boxers 2.0. Very, very nice, airable, breathy cloth. Make sure you don't sweat in your downstairs bonanza. So go over, use the promo code DouglieDoW20. You get yourself 20% off and free shipping. Again, manscaped.com. So yeah, today we're going to be breaking down the camp battle position of quarterback, even though there's not much of a battle there, but I will talk about the three quarterbacks on the team, and then we will talk about what Mike Vick had to say. Real quick though, I will not be addressing the Sean Payton stuff. I'm not talking about it because it didn't happen, and all the stuff coming out, Florio saying, "Oh, it was a done deal," and then speculation and conspiracy theories. Maybe they did meet with him. If you have to say maybe or if or could be or this, I'm not dealing with it. From what we know, Dolphins weren't allowed to talk to him. He came out, he said if he was going to coach in 2022, it would be with the Saints, and Tom Brady said he would be with the Bucs. Those are the facts. Those are what have been said. For there to be a done deal, there was none, because we weren't able to talk to him. There was no deal, no negotiation. And again, if you say, well, it could, nope. Unless there's cold, hard facts, I'm not dealing with it. Mike McDaniel's our coach, and that's all I'm dealing with right now. So, not dealing with that at all. Now, the stuff going on with Tyreek Hill and all that stuff, maybe I'll talk about that. But that'll have to be another video in itself, because I'm going to be talking about the camp battles with the quarterbacks. Now, again, there's not going to be a camp battle. Mike McDaniel already came out, and the team kind of already backing Tua Tagovailoa as their starting quarterback. Give you quick stats real quick. Last year, he only played he started 12 games, played 13. I'm not going to talk about if he should have been on IR and all of the BS that had to deal with his finger injury and him not playing for the Texans and then not starting for the Ravens. But then I'm not dealing with that. I'm just going to give you, again, what I see here. 2,653 yards passing, 16 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. He went up in the yards, up in touchdowns, but unfortunately went up in interceptions. Went up in completion percentage, 67.8. Now, I'm going to do a more in-depth look at Tua Tagovailoa and my expectations for him going into 2022. That's going to be a video on its own, probably during training camp. I'm not going to do it anytime soon because it's kind of like during training camp month and during preseason month, I'm going to get you guys ready for the season. So there's going to be a lot of season premiere type videos or season preview type videos. But right now, I'm getting you guys ready for training camp. So that's why I'm doing the camp battle. Then we look at Teddy Bridgewater, who is supposedly the backup. Last year, he played 14 games in Denver, had 3,052 passing yards, 18 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, with a completion percentage of 66.9. And then we have Skylar Thompson as well. Now, the way I see this team, again, there is no camp battle, really. It's Tua's job to lose. But to have Teddy Bridgewater, if you guys remember when we went into the offseason, I kind of talked about, I don't want Jacoby Brissett as our backup at all. Geez, that was horrible. 4-game stretch we had to deal with. A lot of people want to say, oh, I can't, they want to quote players that say I can't win with Tua, yet that's the quarterback that they won with. They couldn't win with Jacoby Brissett. But he was such a bad backup. Like, I thought he was going to be good. I had that fool's gold from Indianapolis. It was so bad. But Teddy Bridgewater seems like the guy who, if God forbid he needs to come in, he will help us win, especially when you look at his style of play and all that stuff. And then you have Skylar Thompson, right? Took him in the 7th round. I think he was our last pick. Yeah, he was our very last pick. And he's making some noise in camp. Now, he is, again, when they give us information when it comes to what's coming out of camp, like who's running with who and are you with the ones or twos, they can't give us that when it came to OTAs and minicamp. They can tell us when it comes to training camp, but he is performing and he is doing really well. Now, is there a possibility of him competing and pushing Teddy Bridgewater out? Probably not. But it is a very good possibility that he is going to make the team and he is going to be on, the practice squad. I know some of you guys in the comment section, again, I read all of your comments. Some of you guys in the comment section do really like Skylar Thompson. Some of you guys think that he's going to be quarterback 1 when season starts, and you're just funny. I love the humor. But I could see him pushing to be a backup. I really could. And again, it's Tua's job to lose. They really need to see what Tua is and what Tua can be with a pretty much stacked offense, except for the offensive line still has some holes. But that's a video I'll talk about when we break down the offensive line camp battle. So it's Tua's job to lose. They need to see what they have in him. They need to see if they need to move on from him after the season. So he is the starter week 1, regardless of how he performs in training camp, regardless of how he performs in preseason. He is going to be quarterback 1. That might rub some people the wrong way, and I understand why, but they need to see what they have in him. And if he stinks it up, then he's gone. Plain and simple. But that is more what I'll talk about when it comes to his expectations in that video. So again, talking about the quarterbacks in the camp battle, is that there's not much to it because we already kind of know the pecking order of what's going on with the quarterbacks. Comment below, let me know what you think, and we'll get to what Michael Vick had to say. Now, he went on the Rich Eisen show, and he's kind of talking about what Tyreek Hill had to say about Patrick Mahomes and all that stuff. So I'm going to pop it up, and we're going to hear what Michael Vick had to say, another lefty quarterback.
And what do you make of Tyreek Hill's statement that that Tua's more accurate than Mahomes? What'd you make about that one?
That's so funny to me. It's so funny. Now, I know Tua's an accurate quarterback, and I take nothing away from him, but it's a lot that needs to be proven on the field. And I don't think, Tyreek played with Patrick, and he's obviously caught some passes from Tua. So you know what he's saying. He know what he's dealing with. It might be a softer ball. It might be something he might like about what Tua's doing. But what Tyreek can't get misconstrued is the fact that Patrick know how to throw people open. And sometimes receivers might not understand why we might offset the ball or put it in a certain spot until you go back and watch the film. And it's been a lot of passes that I felt like Patrick put in a great spot that only Tyreek can get to because he's not the biggest guy. He obviously he's athletic and he can jump, but don't question your quarterback's accuracy when he's throwing you open. And, if he go talk to Tua about what throwing you open really means, or, if he had that conversation with Patrick, or if he heard this conversation I'm having now, he knows what throwing them open means. And even just watching the highlights yesterday as it was circulating through our talk shows, I just seen that in a lot of those instances, he was throwing them open and putting the ball where only Tyreek could get it. That's accuracy too. So, and it helps our completion percentage. So, Tyreek is in a good situation right now. Definitely great financial situation. I think right now it's just best for him to just enjoy being in Miami and try to make that team better. And he got a new offensive, new head coach who You look at what they did in San Francisco with Debo, and that's probably what he's going to be doing with Tyreek. So he'll touch the ball more, but, hey, man, just be proud of what he accomplished in Kansas City.
Well, I mean, should I be concerned, Michael Vick here on the Rich Eisen Show? You tell me. Should I be concerned hearing, and by the way, heck of a splash of a first podcast for Tyreek Hill.
Seriously.
Should I be concerned to hear that he's texting Drew Rosenhaus about his situation, which he kept in-house? I mean, this did not become public last year, but now that he's gone and somewhere else, that he's texting after a huge game one, but game two wasn't filled on the stat sheet and he didn't get a lot of targets, complaining. Should I be concerned that if he's doing that in Kansas City with Mahomes and Reed and everything else, that he's in a new spot that he's paid with a quarterback who I think the world of, but there's, Mahomes is a unicorn. Should I be concerned about that if Tyreek was having complaints about that in Kansas City and now here he is, a paid, full-pocketed guy in Miami with a new system, new quarterback?
Well, it just seems to me that Tyreek just wants the ball in his hands, and obviously, if you look at the way Andy used him, he handed it off to him out the backfield. He swung it to him out the backfield. And I think he just want to touch it in any way he can. And sometimes when you're a fierce competitor and you know the guys across from you really can't hold you or can't stop you, it can turn into frustration. And I've seen a lot of the receivers go through that because they just want to touch the ball and they know exactly what they can do. But you got to remember, you got other guys that's running routes and trying to get open, and busting is to get to be successful in their own right. So ball distribution is the real thing, and as you get older, you need to definitely monitor how much you touch the ball because longevity becomes a key. And Tyreek is not getting any younger; he's getting older. So just be careful what you wish for, and just watch your workload.
One last one for you on this. Are you like Tua as well? Throw it left-handed, but do everything else right-handed? Is that you too?
I'm the exact opposite. The only thing I do with my right hand is right. Everything else in life I do with my left hand.
Okay.
Left-handed. All sports left-handed. Anything I'm grabbing with my left. Yeah. So that's kind of weird. That's different.
So pencil or pen, though, you're grabbing with your right. So
I'm grabbing with the right all day. Yeah.
So how many reps will it take, do you think, for Tyreek to get used to a ball being thrown with a left-handed quarterback? That is significant. I mean, there's no question about that.
It won't take long, about a week, and just to toot the horn of the left-handers. It's a beautiful pass when it comes out. Tua's ball is very soft. It's not like mine, and I was throwing it, and it had a lot of velocity behind it. So it would take Deshaun and anybody I would work with, Antonio Brown or Rodney White. It would take those guys like maybe a week to get adjusted. But they all, they complained about it early. It was just different to them. But when you throw a softer ball like Tua throws, it's a lot easier to catch.
To help reduce plastic waste in our environment, America's beverage companies
are carefully designing our bottle.
So yeah, it definitely makes sense there, especially at the end when he talks about it takes about a week to get used to that left-handed ball. But this whole thing with Tyreek Hill, I don't know if he was, because him saying that he didn't get the ball enough in KC. Obviously, we've seen his receptions and we've seen all that. It was like top 10, top 5 in the NFL in targets and receptions. Now, did he mean in pivotal situations down a certain amount? The first couple games, Kansas City wasn't doing great. Was he getting frustrated that, we need a touchdown and you were throwing it to the other side and this and that? That's something, if that keeps bothering him and that keeps being a thing, we'll see how that all pans out. Because you have Waddle, you have Cedric Wilson, you have Gesicki as well, and you have the guys coming out of the backfield. If Hill starts to get a little pissed off and all that stuff because he's not getting the ball enough in Miami, it's going to be very interesting and to see if his whole attitude changes with Tua. But the whole thing with the accuracy and everything and all the stuff that Tyreek Hill said, some people have said that he said it to get ratings and reviews on his first podcast. Well, it worked. Patrick Mahomes came out and said it. He needed something to really get people to watch that first podcast, and it worked. But yeah, there's no way on God's green earth you can compare Patrick Mahomes to Tua Tagovailoa. First off, two different styles of quarterback, and Patrick Mahomes is light years different and better than Tua Tagovailoa. So no, you can't compare the two. But we'll see. We'll see how this all pans out. Again, it's dead. This is the dead time of the year, so you get these types of articles, you get these types of interviews. There's nothing to talk about in the NFL. Nothing. So that's why I make all the series and all the videos I make, because I got, you got to talk about something. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Again, this is the start of the series. Next, we're going to be doing running backs. And when it comes to the AFC East rankings, we're doing safeties, then we're doing special teams, and then we're done with that. I'm also going to start doing top 10 videos. So if you have any ideas for top 10 videos, let me know. If you have any reaction videos you want me to look at, let me know. I will be talking about Mike McDaniel sitting down with the fish tank. I am also trying to get former and current Dolphin players on the channel. I have so much planned. So other than that, guys, I will see you in the next video. But like usual, stay classy and fins up.